It's another episode of Strong United Voices. It's your boy D.
And Miss Lovely. And the first thing we do is always give a shout out to our sponsor, Begreatclothing, and we always shout out to the Drink Champs. Today, after this, we will be recapping the cipher from Saturday. So make sure y'all stay tuned in when we're done with our guests. We'll be coming right back on live and recap. But right now, we're going to get into our guests and welcome King Juno. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to go over a little background because the bio that I had was very interesting that I got. And so, basically, you had got inspired by your mom.
Yeah, my mom liked to sing.
Sing around the house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got into, like, music.
Okay, that's how you started.
Yeah, I started liking music and started to be more interested in it. Not only my mom, though, I grew up, you know what I mean, like, where our aunts and uncles, we would be in one room and they would be in the other room, and they was not only that listening and singing music, you know what I mean, they was predominantly listening to music, you know, they got their card game going.
Right.
So we constantly hearing it as kids, and that, it kind of stuck with me.
Okay.
It stuck with some of my other cousins too, but it really stuck with me at an early age.
Okay, and so you did look like a lot of traveling. Georgia, Texas,
yeah,
Florida,
I did a lot
California.
of shows.
And them shows you was doing.
Yeah.
Okay, and so what got you to those places? Like, did you open up with certain people, or what was going on?
The show I did when I went to Cali, it was about this was, I want to say 2006, 7.
Mm-hmm.
And that right there, I went just as like an extra with my man. You know what I mean? I went as an extra with my man, and I got a cousin out there because I grew up in the foster care system.
Gotcha.
So my adopted side of my family.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They got family out there.
Right.
He was a rapper. You know what I mean? His name was Kehinde. He was a rapper and whatever. He still is. And he had me come out there with my other friend, and we went out there together. We connected, and then they had a show like the next night.
Okay.
And the dude who was there, he like, yo, you know, you were telling me you showing me your man music at the show. We wanted to come on. So that was like my first show.
Now, was you scared? Was you shy? Was you nervous?
It was my first joint. I was young. You know
Right,
I was
right,
young.
right.
And it was more like in the music, yeah.
Now, what age was that?
I had just came home. Let me see, this was 2005. Yeah, like the end of 2005.
Okay. All right. And so I see your celebrity status that you kind of look up to was the Jada Kiss.
Favorite. Yeah, he one of my favorites.
That's his too, right there?
Yeah,
Jada
one of my
Kiss.
favorites.
Yeah, he definitely top 3 actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Master P, which was interesting.
His
You're the
hustle.
first person I heard. Okay.
Yeah, his hustle. A lot of people like he was the person you grew up with. You watching TV prayers. He had the elevator in the house.
Yeah.
All the he been had the clothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He been setting them trends. You know what I mean? They just kind of died off a little bit, but even now,
Right.
entrepreneurship is crazy.
Right. Yeah.
He
That is.
always like that some type of way with the movies, all that. You know.
Always. He did
Noodles.
that. Yeah. He doing noodles.
Yeah, he got noodles now. Man, he said he got some seasoned fish now and all that.
He doing everything.
That's
So
good because he's from down south. They
right.
cook.
So that hustle was made me attracted. I wasn't like a big Master P fan of his music.
So the hustle.
But his hustle had me like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yo, he really gets
And
it.
we didn't get a lot of his music. We got some of it, but we didn't get
How they get it down there. Like, we had the songs that caught us up there. You know what I mean? Like, whatever we seen on TV, for real.
Right.
Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah, there's the stuff that pretty good.
Yeah. And Biggie, of course. Now, one person you have on here, I'm very interested to hear why P. Diddy.
Who don't? Like, if you in the,
I'm just.
If you inside the industry right now, and you don't like Diddy, that's the crazy part. Like, okay, I understand.
I ain't gonna say I don't like him. I don't like what he do to artists. That's what I say. Because anybody that he have done, they're nowhere today.
That's on them though.
Because they signed off.
Not only if you sign the deal, even if you sign the deal or whatever, and there's ways. I just always getting out of these situations.
Yeah.
You can buy your way out of it.
Yeah.
So it's more like, was you really a longevity type of artist, or was you an artist who just was a one-hit wonder type of, you know what I mean? You look at some of, look at some of his artists, they still out here doing stuff. You got like Ness. You know what I mean? They still doing stuff, but they not doing what they should have been.
Right.
You supposed to build other connections around those people. You go to the party with him, they too busy about trying to look like the life of the party. Get drunk because you with Diddy. Like, no, I'm building connections with the people in the back. I want to know the man who carrying the book bag. I don't care about the rapper. Who that dude right there that's grabbing the bag. So that's the person that's going to get you in. You know what I mean? They just
So,
didn't draft it like they
that's a
should have.
very good point that you brought that out because I wanted to hear that. I got that big
Oh
question
yeah, a
mark.
lot of people
Like,
don't. And it wasn't even. It was just drive with him. Like he got a crazy drive.
Yeah.
And like P Diddy he involved in almost every single thing. He stayed relevant.
Right.
Even behind the scenes, he's so relevant.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of people say, "Oh, I want to just stay low and be the background." Did he like that?
Mm-hmm.
He ain't low in the background, where his name is always brought up in certain situations. He always at the party with the people you need to know. You know what I mean?
And he definitely got that Ciroc lockdown.
Yeah, it's definitely his drive for sure more than anything. See, like you told you, no matter if I write rhymes, I write checks. Yeah. So it ain't really so much about the music with him that people might give that.
Mm-hmm. And Diddy, as far as Diddy music, Diddy got like that music. Him when he rap, it's corny. You know what I mean? He got the song.
I just like his little style.
His music writing is good, but like when he rap, it's corny, but it's cool corny.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like this dude, he know. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's the cool
he know what
thing.
it is.
And you know, just him, I could say he know music though. His ear for music is different when it comes to far as like being like executive producer and all that.
Look at the people he looked up to. Look at the people who he was working around. You know what I mean? So he should be. He did what he. You know what I mean? He did what his artist should have did.
Right.
What his artist should have did. That's what Diddy did. And that's on them.
Right.
That's on them.
Right.
A lot of people. Oh, you think I think it did with Diddy? Because I know what to do.
How to move.
I know how to move. He ain't never got released my music. I'm gonna be building other relationships.
And they'll get it done.
And they'll get it. They're gonna buy me right out of there.
Right. Now, when did you start writing and creating your own music? What age?
I think I recorded I've been started rapping, making music and like freestyling. I want to say grammar school, so I was probably like 14, 15. Okay. I got serious when I was like 16. I ran around with this little crew.
Okay.
We actually had like a little mic setup. So we started really recording stuff.
Okay.
And this was during like the early MySpace days.
MySpace. Everybody
that was it first.
Yeah, MySpace. You put up your music on there and stuff like that.
Now, do you work well under pressure?
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
I can get in the studio. I can get in the studio with some of the best people and probably be done writing some fire before most of them.
Okay.
Because I think when I had I'm not gonna put myself in a situation where I know I can't achieve the goal. If I hear a beat and they be like, "Oh, who want to hop on this beat?" As soon as I hear that beat, if I don't got a 16 idea in my mind, not saying I got it all in my mind already, but if I got the idea, the concept already, when I hear the beat, I'm not even gonna get on it.
Right.
But if I got it, like trust me, like come hard because I'm about to go. I'm going in.
Now, who would you like to collab with, local or celebrities? Who would you like to work with?
Locally.
That you have. I mean, I'm pretty quite sure you work with some.
Yeah, I work with a lot of people locally.
But who haven't, and who would you like?
Locally, honestly, like I'll give you like 3 people. First one, I would say like Conway. Like Conway. Definitely Benny. And I've been wanting to work with Dre Cash. I never linked up with him, but
Dre Cash.
Yeah, Dre Cash. Yeah, Chips. Yeah, he got the song Chips. That was he got way more songs than that, but you know that's the one that really stung the world with that. Well, like he locally, you gotta look him up.
Yeah, I will. I definitely.
But I've been wanting to work with him. Yeah, he way younger than me and everything. But I like it's something about him that I like. Yeah, I like his style. Like, he got like a real different flow. Like when you hear him, like he always rap the same on the beat, so you know it's him.
Right.
Gotcha. He got like a signature sound. I want to say.
Okay.
I've been wanting to work with him.
That's different.
That's different. Yeah.
And you said Dre Cash.
Yeah.
Is that his name that he go by? Like I look him up for.
What is it? J-R-E-Y. His name is. Yeah, J-R-E-Y Cash. You know what I mean? Other than that, locally, that's it. Like Conway first. Like I like Conway style.
Conway hot.
Yeah, Conway
I listen.
I definitely work with Benny. Other than that, a lot of other artists and stuff like. In the time I do want to work with them, but those would be the people.
Okay.
If I can grab 3 artists right now, I'll hop in the studio with from the town. That'd be outside of my team because most of my music is made within my team.
Okay.
But outside of my team, like
don't be who you
That's what I realize in the town too, especially rather than just starting or been doing it for a while. You usually stay in house.
Yeah, we stay in house like big time. Like a lot of people tell us we need to reach out.
Is there? You say you have a team?
Yeah.
What's the name of them?
Murder Everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's our label.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the reason why I said that is because You know, we had people up here though that even felt like doing music with artists in the town, it could be a gift or a curse. You know what I mean?
Like, a lot of stuff could break you. A lot of people don't understand like features. Period. Mm-hmm. You could do a feature with somebody and just ruin your career. Mm-hmm. And not even sometimes it don't gotta be that you got like the artist that you picked was a bad artist.
Right.
It could be something where like, dang, like this was outside of your bracket. You wasn't ready to get on a feature with this artist. You know what I mean? Like you kind of like they don't care about your verse. Right. And it just kind of like, oh yeah, but you always want that artist who got killed in their own trash. That's the worst thing you want to be. Is that artist like, damn, you got bodied on your own joint. Right. And that's hard to kind of live with.
And so that's why it's best to stay in house.
Stay in house until you reach out. Reach out. Yeah, build relationships with somebody. If you want to work like I said, like I gave you my top 3 locally. I wouldn't want to just like let's go get into. I want to get in the studio with you. Right. We're not gonna be on no. Let me do something. I'm gonna see you open verse. Right. Go get in the studio. We're gonna build something together. Right. A lot of artists, that's where they kill themselves at. They just do a track and they send it off. Oh. And then when you get the joint back, it's no relationship. There's no chemistry on the song. This person sounds different. The vibe is different. He was more lit than you. When you know what I mean? So you gotta.
So that way, when y'all together, you can feed off each other's energy.
Off each other's energy. You know what I mean? So that's how you make or break a song too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going up the vibe in the studio. At the same time, we created this together. We know this, that. Or sometimes you feed off that energy. Sometimes I can go back and forth. You be like, oh, that's how you come up. Oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And then like certain, like I don't know, just make the song sound dope. You can tell, just make the song sound dope. Yeah, that's true.
So what is something about the traveling that you've done that you enjoy your experience with? Like when you travel, what was good about the traveling when you were there? Like, did you run into such and such?
Not really.
What did you experience?
When I do go out of town, like. If I'm with a group of people, that's it. I get to that loner state. Oh, okay. To where it's like, all right, just us. Yeah. And we gonna fill out this whole vibe. You know what I mean? We're gonna go through this city, but we gonna move on our own account. We ain't gonna be, we heard it's going down over there. We're gonna chase the party. We're gonna move on our own account. We're gonna find out what's popping to us in this city. Gotcha. So like the main thing I found was like when I go to the people in different city, I go there. I'm a tourist in your city. Like I'm moving around like that. You know what I mean? That's just how I'm moving around. I'm not moving around on no like, oh yeah, I'm out here. I'm out here in this joint. No, I'm a tourist. I'm moving around. Like I never really had issues with no other rappers to where I had to be worried about when I go to another city. Right. Or you know what I mean? I'm not gang affiliated. Not saying that's gonna always make, but that does cause a lot of pressure on artists. I'm not gang affiliated to where I gotta worry about if I go here. You know what I mean? It's a problem. You know what I mean? I'm not out here sneak dissing. Right. You know what I mean? I don't have music beef and rap beef with these artists, so I can move how I want to move. That's right. You know what I mean? Like the last place I went to was like Brooklyn, and I went with my man Money Mez. He had rap. We was moving through New York City and dealing with some of the most realest people out there that wasn't even rappers. And they was respecting us just because of the way we move. Right. And they heard of us. Right. You know what I mean? They like, yo, we just like the way y'all move. Right. That's how I move. I don't be on no. Right. Let me go to the most lit party. I heard it's going down over here.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it, having respect when you go out to them cities, you get that back.
You get the same back. Yeah, you get the same back. You show love. Like, you think about, you have somebody come to Buffalo and they just, another joint, he from down south, he just come here, him and his crew, and they just walking through this joint, like they just, like, nah, we from Buffalo, bro. We not having that. Right. Like, you're not about to move through here like you just, you go through there, you show respect for them, they gonna show respect for you, you're gonna be able to get your money. Because if you out there, you disrespectful, you can't get no money. You can't go out there. You can't build no connections. Everywhere you go, you look behind your back. Right. You know what I mean? And music is a business at the end of the day. Right. Like if you're in this music game, it's a business. Your name is your business name. Right. You don't want to put no tank this into that. You know what I mean?
Especially when you have a career you're trying to build.
Right.
I want to ask you, what's that one mixtape, man, that you could listen to that get you locked in? Like, it don't matter what you're doing.
I could lock in. Honestly, that one that lately, I've been kind of listening to, I like local artists, but I've been listening to a lot of Dave East. And Dave East got this mixtape, forget the name of it, but he got a song, that's when he came up with this song, he got Free Smoke. He went off of industry beats. That's how I came up. I came up in the game going off of industry beats. So he was going off of that. So anytime I lock into that, it just made me want to just be like, yo, I got to get the studio right now. Like, I'm at work. I'm wherever I'm at. Right. I be at the grocery store with my girl. Like, yo, I don't want to be here no more. We can leave all this stuff. I'm ready to get in the studio. You know what I mean? So like anytime I lock it, any artist like that, industry artists that you hear when they go off the industry beat, it just make you want to lock in like damn, they just killed that beat. But mainly like Dave East, for some reason, something about that mixtape. I'll get the name to y'all later on when it comes.
Okay.
Is that somebody you would want to work with in the future?
Yeah, East dope. East dope. Yeah, East dope. East, you know what I mean? That East, Jada obviously, Styles P. It's a rapper out there named Nims. I've been wanting to. He got his movement is called FYL, which stands for like Fuck Your Life. He from I don't want to say a city wrong. Coney Island. He's from Coney Island, if I'm not mistaken. From out that way, like Coney Island and everything. And dope fire artist though, fire. And I followed him through.
Would he be considered local there, or are you saying he's no? I mean, he's known. He known, and like people know who he is. Like they definitely know if you into like the hip hop, right?
You know who he is. Not like the new, like I call it pop hop, like the new stuff that's out there. Right. You know what I mean? But like that real gritty, you know who Nims is. Yeah, you know who Nims is.
So you said you started at like 14, 15?
Seriously.
So what was it that made you want to start rapping?
I just wanted to hear how my voice sound, and then I rap one day, and then like somebody was like, "Yo, bro, you got like the perfect rapping voice," and it was just like more and more. And I got addicted, like, and then I found out I knew how to rhyme. I knew how to, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, like I sit back and I think of like some of the stuff I used to rap about. Corny. Like now looking back, now looking back, like bro, like you was walking around like, you know what I mean? And then like at the time when I was doing all that, you had people like coming up. You had J Hub, where you know what I mean, and you had Cassidy. You know what I mean? So who didn't want to like you wanted to not really beat them, but you know what I mean? You wanted to be in their situation. Yeah. Maybe if I go hard, somebody goes
run. They had that run.
Yeah.
Cass, Papoose, J Hub, they had that run.
And they was doing, that's when they was doing like the Smack DVDs. So you was watching all this stuff and like, man, that's me, right? I'm gonna be on there one day.
So we my joint.
Yeah, it's gonna be my joint right there. Yeah, they wanna, they never went there, but eventually.
We said, it's gonna get there.
Now we're gonna get there now. But back then it was like I had to hustle, but it was nothing behind it. It was no drive.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean the reason why I asked that is because man, you know, as artists, we it's different things. It might be the like you said, growing up in house around music, feel me? Yeah. Or it could be, man, I just always had a thing for words. Right. Or sometimes there might be some pain or some struggle that you went through. It's like, man, I just wind up starting rapping. Like Walker said, man, Cooch went to jail. I really was out in the streets, and I was forced to make a hit at the label. Like, man, I'm trying to hold this down for Big Bruh, feel me? So it be them times like that. That's why I asked you. You never know what people going.
I had like growing up, like that right there was more of a motivation. Because I grew up like in fucked up situations, like really bad. Like, but like that became like a motivation for me. You know what I mean? Like. So it really wasn't the reason why. It was something that motivated, because I was already kind of doing it a little bit. And then like when everything started getting rough, like that made me want to go in there. Yeah. But it wasn't really the reason why I started rapping. But it was definitely every time something go hard with my life. You know what I mean? It was an escape though. You know what I mean? Something I could turn to. Stuff like that.
I want to talk about your Righteous to Kill song.
Oh, that joint was nice. Yeah, thank you. That was one of my favorite. That's like one of my favorite songs. I think anybody who heard I think anybody who heard that joint like rock with it. Like we laid that joint down, and my producer, he from London, T-Man, still rock with him. Dope. Really? Yeah, he like dope. Okay. That's my producer.
You said T-Man?
T-Man Productions. Yeah, I always if I'm looking for that soulful vibe, I go right to him.
Okay.
But like when I got the beat from him, it was like
so he gave you he makes beats.
He makes beats. Oh, okay. Yeah. So when I got the joint from him, the beat from him, like I was in the studio with my cousin, me and Dash, we in the studio, and I just hear the beat and like I had just watched the movie Righteous Kill. Okay. With
Steven Seagal?
No.
Wait, you said right?
50. No, 50 was in it with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro.
Oh, yeah. Was it not the heist thing?
No. Okay. No. You thinking of I know it's real good. It's real good one. You gotta check it out. But I had just watched that, and like, that movie was so dope. Like, I watched the movie, but I was watching the stuff around the movie, like the background, like what it was standing for, and like he was moving on his own account, like you know what I mean, like, and he was moving like a boss, you know what I mean, like, and it was like it was dope, like it was dope.
Well, you know, basically, it was, you know, the verse that, you know, actually caught me was saying he was cut from a different cloth. We ain't stitched the same.
Oh yeah.
That caught me like right there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I played that joint 2 times.
A lot of people, like, a lot of people go through the same stuff. Like we went through similar stuff. But bro, like your story is not like mine. My story is not like yours. You know what I mean? So everything is different. The cloth, the stitching. You know what I mean? The fabric. Everything is just different. Like don't compare them. You can't compare me with none of these rappers. That's one thing. I noticed like coming up in the game, like I'm uncomparable. Like I can hop on a track. If you look at my discovery, like I have done so many different tracks. So I didn't work with so many different type of artists. You know what I mean? I know how to float through, and I'm like I know how to practice buoyancy. We gonna say when it comes to this rap, I can float really good with anybody.
Right.
So you know what I mean?
You can feed off of it.
Yeah.
And then No Game.
Oh,
that we just listened to that.
I did.
That's the one. That was my second.
The picture actually, I did that. Mark Work. Mark Work is the little team who recorded the production behind that. And he was like, I recorded it. I was like, no, I don't like this song. He was like, wow, I sound mad mono because my voice is deep. So I'm like, I was lit like that. But I'm like, he's like, yo, we're gonna do a tiny bit of auto-tune.
Right.
I'm not big on auto-tune, so I'm like, all right, we did it. And he was like, I'm not even gonna show you. Just go home. I'm gonna mix it down, master it, and I'm gonna send it to you. He sent it to me, and it was lit. The song was dope. Like I was riding to the song. At least I liked it. And then we went to Niagara Falls and performed, and the crowd was like lit, and we did like some little competition. But we really went there for the competition. We found out later it was a whole competition. Like y'all won. Like whoa. Like we didn't even know that. We know it was competition. We were just drunk coming to show love. But it was like when I seen the crowd reaction to that, I was like, yo, bro, like I got a hit. I got a hit. Even like now, like when we at the studio, whatever, we'll sit there, we'll pregame our sessions where we be listening to music, and we put on that song there. It's always lit in the car. It's always gonna get you lit. That's a dope lit song. And it's talking about a lot.
Well, that's what I was saying. It was just saying, you remember those days you ain't have nothing. So it will touch anybody that know that lifestyle. Or come from that.
And you can't forget it. Yeah,
man,
you can't.
So that had hit.
That
hit right there.
Yeah, you can't forget it.
You remember them days, man.
Like you ain't had nothing. Like literally nothing. Yeah.
And that's what it's about too, as far as people relating to the struggle.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Some can't, so it might go over their head. It's like, no, that was alright. You know, so it's good to have music like that. It's good to have versatile different music, and that's what it's about too. That I could touch different topics.
You don't want to
different people and different
right because you don't want to box yourself in.
Right.
If you stay to one style, like this is my style, I don't do nothing else, you gonna box yourself right in. You're gonna be boxed right in, and that's it. That's as far as you
stay confined.
Because you can only go as far as your fans allow you.
Right.
So if you only do boom bap music, there's only a box of boom bap listeners.
Right.
You only do lit music. There's only a box of people who listen to lit music. If you do all of it, you can tap into all of those boxes.
Catch everybody.
Yeah. You start connecting all of that.
That's true. I feel like anybody that was able to make it to the top was able to do different things. I mean, the top, like whoever you Wade, drink, whoever you want to name. You know what I mean?
Right.
Those boys was able to do different things. Whether it was Drake saying, I'm singing, I'm doing this, or I could jump where I can get lyrical, or I could do a crossover record. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you just catering to one audience, I don't feel like you gonna ever get to
that
up there.
To where you
give respect.
It's not really a lot of people or a lot of machines that even if you don't get a label, but you got like their distribution, so they got that machine behind you.
Right.
The machine, it's not a lot of these machines that can push you to cater you to one audience. They just push you to the right people. You know what I mean? They do don't get me wrong, they find out, they get the analytic backs and they find out, okay, between the ages of 14 and 28 listen to your music. But them 14 to 28-year-old kids, they also listen to everything else.
Right.
So if your music is only sad music, they're not gonna listen to your music when you're sad. You're a sad singer or a sad type rapper, they're gonna listen to your music when you're sad.
Right.
You know what I mean? You want somebody to be like, right, like if I'm sad, I'm gonna go to King Juno, but I'm gonna go to this song.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want to get lit. I'm gonna go to King Juno. I'm gonna go to this song. This one right here get me lit. I'm gonna play this one.
What do you think about you seeing yourself making it like to UK and because I know a lot of artists go over there to China.
That's why I want to.
Things of that
I want to
nature.
tap
That's something
in.
you want to experience.
I do want to tap into that
Where?
UK scene.
Oh, UK?
UK really
Okay.
big, like
Yeah,
London and stuff like that. I seen
Yeah.
a lot of people don't understand how big that is. I watched Nicki Minaj take control of that scene
Mhm.
and eat
Mm-hmm.
and eat.
Mm-hmm.
Eat. And not only that, I watch people like 50 Cent
Yeah.
who can tap into like the South African scene and eat
Mm-hmm.
and eat. You know what I mean? So like, I do definitely. They support more. They support more than like the state because they love music.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like they love music differently. They, you know what I mean? They always turned up. You know, you see it. They always lit. Like here is so much stuff going on. Our politics is so messed up.
Yes,
People,
it is.
you can't even focus on the stuff you want to focus on.
Right.
You know what I mean? Over there, it's like they everything is a lot more easier. They locked in. You got your music scene is locked.
So have you gotten like music going, or have you tried? Or that's somewhere you're trying to get?
The producers I work with kind of get me out there a little bit. I do got streams when I check my stuff. I do got a lot of streams over there.
Okay.
But like not as big as I wanted to be, and I haven't really tapped in. Even though I have a producer in London, I still haven't grabbed their scene because over there they do a lot of drill rap.
Okay.
And like
what's drill rap? Are you on?
Fabio Foreign, Pop Smoke.
Oh,
you know
okay.
what I mean? Like they do a lot of that. That's where a lot of it originated from. A lot of people know about that. So they do a lot of that drill rap, and I'm just not really
with that.
I could do it, but it'll take me a minute to actually.
That's a different
style. Because it's to me, it's a dope and unique style, but it's more of a slower version of rap. Because you don't really have to say the whole sentence. I was just talking to him, we was just having a conversation about that.
Yeah.
You don't really have to say like everything. You know what I mean?
And
you can just say pull up,
yeah.
smoke. Everybody they gonna fill in the rest. I pulled up on them and he got smoke.
Right.
You know what I mean? Compared to a regular artist where I pulled up on them, seen them in the dark and I smoked.
Right.
Now you made it clear.
Right.
But I like it though.
Right.
It's lit.
It's half.
Yeah.
It's half of what you gotta say.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the part I like. Like I could really do this. I can spend less time making million. You know what I mean? But then again, though, I like people to really understand.
Right. You want to paint a picture.
Yeah, I like people to tap into.
They say in the UK that's where the bag at too. Like you said, they support different because they looking at it like a lot of the stuff we look at. They like, no, that's fine. It's new to them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. To make it to them, just like the music, they get it, they love it, they play it. Us here, we on to the next. What's the next?
What's the next? What's
the next song? Like they like, no, we still vibing off this.
Exactly. That's why you
understand it.
You look over there, you look at like certain music that from the 80s and 90s, they still listening to it. And the reason why they similar to like the boom bap scene over there, not like the dedication, like how the boom bap fans they dedicated to that. Yeah. They don't care anything else is garbage. Yeah, you know what I mean. That's how the UK is with music. Yeah, period. They tap. They stand. If it's hot, they don't care if it came from '86. Right, it's still gonna get played. Right. Here it's like you better hit today. All right, what you got tomorrow? Right.
What's new?
Yeah. And that's what I wanted to ask too. As far as like, what do you feel like you could tap into different genres? Like, what would you consider yourself like as an artist? Like, what when it comes to the fans, you know they picky. So who would you feel like you would want to cater to? Consumers, whoever.
People, like everybody. I want to like. I try when I make my music. I try to make it to where everybody gonna like it.
So you saying that if you making some music, I want your grandmother to like it.
Exactly. And what's crazy about it?
Grandparents is down with this hip hop nowadays, man.
Yeah, them be the cross.
Them be the ones that cross you right. Man, they cross you right over. You know what I mean? Like
even the records now, you might see some kid or something like, yo, they saying that, like you know what I mean? Like they just it's catchy.
My mom,
whatever.
I get in the car with my mom. Like especially like when Roddy Ricch dropped that box song. Like I get in the car with her. The song ain't even on. Ain't no music in it. She rapping that song. So I'm like, yo, like, what you doing? Like, she hear her singing like that body song, like make it like what you doing? But it shows me that they're tapping in now. They're really tapping in. So now you can actually, you don't have to stick to one thing. You can do everything in. You can tap in everybody.
Absolutely.
Everybody. It's definitely.
It don't matter.
And I think like the older, I think it make my mom feel young. Yeah, she felt young when she we come around. She can say she rapped this song.
You know, we actually probably like some of that music.
Yeah.
Now some people, some artists I can get with some of the Cardi, some of some of the, the Megan. Some things is a little too much for me to be listening to. Even though I'm grown, it's just like, you really just said that? Like, you just bold, but you got paid. You know what I'm saying? So I get the outlet to it, but it's just like, you really as a woman saying that?
Right.
But
see, the listeners, artists, we gonna get you. We gonna make enough noise to where we gonna gain you as a fan. Yeah. That's the point about making noise. I got you to listen. You know what I mean? I got your attention. A lot of artists, they don't have to grab the fan, like the listener's attention. People tell me all the time, like, yo, you stay dropping music, because I feel like if I keep banging this pot in this kitchen, my mom gonna come downstairs like, yo, what is you doing? The first two clicks, they gonna be like, yo, all right, I just heard the noise. You hear that noise again, like, oh, check this out. So if you constantly making noise, you know what I mean? Do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I see a lot of artists who pay for DistroKid, TuneCore, where they get these options to drop how much music they want.
Right.
They try to move like these signed artists who got a machine behind them. They say, oh, I'm gonna drop a song now. I ain't gonna drop another one for another 6 months. I get you on the promotion part, but you're not even there yet. Keep dropping music.
Right.
Put the same promotion behind each song. Right. That's why they say this, to be in this game, like, you really need some money behind it. You gotta really put some money behind it, because you gotta put that same promotion. They say, oh, you might got a song, you might got an EP with 5 songs on it, but you got one song that's your single. We're gonna push just that one song in hopes that the other joints push. Right. My last mixtape, EP, Born King 2. The song I pushed for the single, I did that. Like, I tried to be like, I'm gonna do it different like everybody else doing. Drop an EP, I'm gonna find one song and put that as a single to try to get the EP popping. The song that I thought was gonna be,
something else.
I'm getting calls, other people calling me like, yo, this is the song, bro. Like, I like this song, bro. You need to do a video to this. This is it right here. And it wasn't even the song and the idea, the one I put. Yeah. So, and that shows too, you can't make music for yourself.
Right.
And that's one thing I realized as far as the music industry, and that's another thing, shout out to Watt, as far as him crossing over, I understand, it's be records that you don't even think. And shout out to Hov too, they like, it's certain records that you might feel, yo, this it. Yeah. The people gonna tell you what's it. Like that old Let's Do It, he was like, he didn't know that. We just put it to the streets like, man, they gonna tell you, no, nigga, this it right here.
This other one is it.
I don't care with you. That's cool. That's fire. But this the one we want right here. This the one we want to see you perform, or this what we ride to, or get lit to, or make TikToks to, whatever. You know what I mean? Right. So that I feel like sometimes you gotta just let the streets tell you.
And that's crazy you said that, because I literally just made it after I left the studio the other night. Well, I think it was last night I was in the studio, and I just said like, yo, I got a solid record. Most artists, they get on there like, yo, I got a hit. I got a hit for y'all. No, you don't. You got a solid record. Right. And we're gonna let the people let them tell you. That's why I said on the stat. I literally, when I posted it, I said, yo, I got a solid track, but I'm gonna let y'all tell me if it's a hit. Just wait on it. Tune in with me and let me know.
I feel like you save money on like that too, because you investing this money into this record that you feel like that's the hit, and then like say just say it was 10 bones you put into the song, marketing, promotion, radio, video. You going hard on this joint, like everywhere, ads, everything, and then they like, nah. But then you run across a certain label or whoever, like, it's the record we want right here. So take a skyrocket. Now you about to have to put another 10,
right?
You know, but that's the one though.
Yeah, that's the one.
Come on,
a lot of, and that's why like rapping, dropping songs is like fishing. You throw your bait in there, you throw your pole in there. You hope you catch it. You catch it, now you like, yo, let me throw another pole in there. You know what I mean? So that's how you gotta be with these records. You drop a joint, you enjoy that free promo. Let's see what the listeners do. Right. You may only get 1,000 streams or plays, but then you got that one song out of them 1,000. This joint right here, and got 400 of them 1,000 by itself. The rest of them joints is split. You get what I'm saying? Right. So now you say, now I know where I'm gonna put the money at. Now I know where my video coming at. And that's how a lot of artists used to do it back in the day. Now it's just like, put the money behind it, put the money behind everything you do. Like, nah, find out what they listening to. You will. You'll find yourself investing. It's bad investment. It's a bad investment. You invest in this one song right here, and like, I know it's a hit. Why? Because you and the 4 people that was in the studio, everybody that you normally chill with, y'all had Henny in y'all system, y'all y'all high as hell,
Right.
and y'all so
It sound
everything
hot.
sound lit.
Right.
You in the club, you didn't listen to songs, you never tuned in. You lit in the club. Nobody really had a solid mind. So because you had a group of people, or because your mom told you the song was hot, she's gonna tell you like, my baby can rap. You know what I'm saying? No, let the people push it out there and see which area with demographic is touching.
Right.
So if it's touching Canada and you got 400 plays on this one song in Canada, I'm putting money behind that song. They got 400 plays, and I'm making sure all my streams go to people in Canada. So on top of that, what I'm doing is, guess what? I'm going to get DJs from Canada. I'm adding and following DJs from Canada.
So I can add them.
So I can add them. Now I'm sending them my DJ pack. Here go this single. Here go the DJ pack. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever you charge for hosting, it's on its way. PayPal, Cash App, everywhere you take it.
Right.
And we're going to push it. Now I didn't tap into my demographic for that song.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Then the rest of the world going to tap in.
Right.
And now when they start listening to that, they might get bored of that. And one day they listen to their favorite song and they just skip over to your next track. And now that become a hit. But they took the time to listen.
Right.
He hit me, you know what I mean? He hit me before. Like, I was just riding one day, letting your joint play. Boom, this other song came out, like, this joint is hard.
Right.
And we was already talking about a whole different song that was a hit. So that shows, just let the fans make your music a hit.
That's it.
You can go as far as they allow you for
Right. What do you prefer that you feel is better? Would be the mixtape or the EP?
Singles? Singles.
Oh, you said singles. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
out of both of those.
Oh, okay.
I would say neither.
Oh.
Neither.
So just a single.
Single record.
Okay.
Single record.
Okay.
Single records is where the money at. Because what that kind of goes back to what we were just talking about. It defeats. Now you don't got to worry about dropping an EP and figuring out which one is a hit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Now you can drop this. If it's a hit, it's gonna go. Now you got this one going while everybody's streaming it. You got the money behind this one because it ended up taking off. Or if it don't take off, okay. Now you can drop this other song and it can go, because nowadays everything is digital.
Right.
So you got to be able to focus on what's gonna stream and how it's gonna stream. If you drop, a lot of artists don't know. If I drop a mixtape and I put it on this, I go through this, whether it's DistroKid, TuneKid, whatever platform I'm going through to release my music. I put all these songs on there as part of the album. I drop that album. I find out my song ABC on there was a hit. It needed to be dropped. Now I can't turn around and drop that as a single.
Oh. Okay.
I can't. It's not going. Well, the numbers never gonna match up.
Okay.
So on the album, it made it did 4.5 streams, 4.5K streams. But then on the those numbers will never reflect each other, like because they always have different codes.
Right.
The codes, when every time you release a song, it got different code when it becomes to that. So if you drop that single first and say it's part of an album,
right?
You know what I mean?
That
now when you drop that album. If you got 4.5s on this stream, the ABC song, you got 4.5K streams, and then you drop the EP or the album later on, you drop it, all those numbers, the code's gonna match. So all the numbers is gonna transfer over to that.
So
now your numbers building on your album.
Gotcha.
So now that's how you look at people. You be like, dang, they dropped the album, they dropped the single, then they dropped the album that the single is on, and they already sitting on all these plays because it's a numbers game.
That streaming is something else.
It's just transfer. A lot of people don't know that. And they lose out a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like that.
That's what I was about to say. Like, far as that, like now that streaming is involved, like they saying that's another way of counting like album sales.
That's how you do it. Yeah.
So I feel like even like Roscoe Dash, Slim Thug, these is people we don't hear a lot.
Right.
But when they come out, they got these big records that's crossing over that we hear and when you independent or you going off just a distribution deal, all that money going to your pocket.
Yeah.
And if you're doing streams and all that now, that's just another revenue of money. You know what I'm saying? Then the royalty checks and this, that, all that's coming when you own your masters and all that. You could really eat in this game.
You really could. You gotta tap.
Do you own all your?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I own everything. I
it
do.
Seem like everybody learning.
A lot of people, they think they own it because I got my joint on BMI and I got my joint on and I go through DistroKid. There's more steps to it, and I just learned this.
Okay.
Because I tapped in with a couple of people from like the new Clubhouse app. You can
I heard about that. Somebody invited me.
You can tap in with a lot of important people. And it was more steps. I found out I wasn't even owning the rights to my music. I just found this out 2-3 weeks ago.
Wow.
So I just found out like somebody can grab my joint and it was just certain ways. It's too much to talk about now in this room, but if I ever need that information, I can definitely relate y'all and get that info over to you. But there's so much more to releasing the music, releasing songs and everything out here.
Okay.
A lot of people just think release it through DistroKid, TuneKid, register on BMI, I'm good.
Right.
Nobody can steal my song.
Right.
You think that.
Right.
You think that?
But it's a more.
It's
more.
It's more. It gets more in depth. There's 6 steps.
Gotcha.
Literally 6 steps. You're doing 2 of the 6 steps, and that's all you're doing.
Oh shit.
2 of the 6 steps.
But it's actually 6
and the
steps.
other 4 steps is literally what's gonna really get you the money. You know what I mean?
Oh.
A lot of
that nobody can take.
Right, because a lot of these artists that they don't know about they don't know about mechanical licensing.
Oh.
People don't know about mechanical licensing and stuff like this.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They just not tapped in. A lot of I had one artist. He had over 1 million. He had over 1 million streams on his Spotify. One of his songs. He was on Facebook. No, on Twitter. Man, I got 1 million streams. I ain't get my plaque yet. You know, because these artists get these plaques. You got 1 million streams. I'm like, bro, like, you gotta pay for that. They not. People think they giving it to you.
Yeah.
No. You have these people they're calling up. I forget the name of the company, but it's a framing company for that. They're calling up. They're telling them how you want your frame to be done, and then they're sending the information. They're sending off your information. So they're really checking with the RIAA. They're really checking to see if your stream's right and everything match up. You could be a rapper that live downstairs in this basement and have plaques on your wall if you got the streams to match. Wow. You got to pay for those. Right. A lot of people just think like all this stuff is handed to you. It's not going. This is not just handed to you. Right. A lot of people just think I got 1 million streams or I got 20K streams. I get a plaque. Right. Yeah, go pay that couple $100 and get your plaque.
Right. Because they ain't sending
it to you. You're not about to wake up in the morning, open the package like, yeah, y'all on Facebook Live. You see, no, it's not about to go down like that. You really got to pay for that stuff. It's all, you know what I mean? You really got to pay for that.
If you had 3 words to give someone to inspire them, what would the 3 words be?
Stay dedicated. And stay dedicated. When it comes to being a doctor, I'm ignorant to that shit. You get what I'm saying? I don't know nothing of that. You know, everybody's ignorant to something. Unless you study medical, but still, if I could be a nurse, I don't know shit about being a doctor. No. So you gotta just shut up and listen. A lot of people just think they know everything. Yeah. You can always learn from somebody.
Absolutely, and somebody younger than you.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be older. Yeah. Sometimes younger people do a lot more research. A lot of kids, they might don't know too much in school, but they know how to go on a computer or a phone and freak the heck out of that. I don't know how the little babies is coming out know how to go on there.
I be calling. I had to tell my girlfriend, like, call my son, like when it got like she got to the game, like call him.
They can do it.
When I realized, I was just telling my nieces, man, because like when it comes to the music industry and a lot of other things, even sports, whatever, they always say it's a young person game. You know what I mean? So it's like even with now, by them knowing this and that, they know the apps. And, oh no, you ain't know her. They could put you down on something else. It could be fashion or clothes. Like you ain't hear about the new. Like no, like such and such in the wear.
From the young.
Right.
Right. You know what I mean? Absolutely. That's why it's good to try to like change the way these young people thinking because you don't want the future to be learning just negativity.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they only look up. They only look up to us. Like you know what I mean?
Right.
The youth is the way they are because of us. Like, because of like artists and stuff like the message. And don't get me wrong, my music is not for a teen and stuff. But it's not like if you learn my story, learn where I come from, then you can understand. Like you know what I mean? I'm not just on these tracks fabricating stuff to you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's your life.
It's a story I got to talk about. Not saying, and I always tell people like that. A lot of people they get it mixed up. They really be thinking they listen to their favorite rapper, and he talk about selling drugs. For instance, Future. I mean, when they came to him about popping perks and lean, you don't do that crap. You rap about it, but he'll tell you, I'm not into that. You know what I mean? That's what I make music about. It made me money.
I had another artist up here had that type of song, and I brought that up to him, and he don't do it, but that's what's popping.
People, okay, so that means what you're doing, you're tapping into people do it. Right. So you're sending your music, so all the people that actually popping perks and drinking lean, they love your music. They're gonna be able to relate to it. They can drink all the lean and get their whole brain slurred and understand what you're saying. You know what I mean? Like you just gotta it's not. And I'm not saying for no rapper to get up and make music. I'm not telling you to get up there and be lying. Right. It's like I'm gonna rap that. I pulled up at a Ferrari, the SUV pie. I didn't. I pulled up, but it wasn't. You know what I mean? It's certain stuff. You know what artists? These artists know. We know what to do. You know, real artists like myself.
That's what I said. Your craft.
It's an art thing. You know what I mean? It's an art thing. It's painting a picture. You know. You don't want to never lie in your music. You never want nobody to be like, yo.
He is lying.
He's lying. He's lying. He's lying. You know what I mean? But like, there's certain stuff like you may lie about like if you may make a song about Molly,
Mm-hmm.
and never touch Molly a day in your life.
Mm-hmm. But somebody just did their research on it, and
Not only you might know somebody who did it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Experience.
Experience.
Mm-hmm.
You got experience and stuff like that. You know what I mean? We seen it happen with Plies. Everybody, when they found out about Plies, Plies didn't real dude. It was his brother. Mm-hmm. So that don't mean what he was rapping about was fake.
Right.
He was telling you a story.
Right.
He was telling you his brother's story.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, so you don't want to really lie. Just have make sure the story you telling is authentic, and people actually do their research. They can tap in and see like, yo, this is. That's what it's about nowadays. Is authenticity. Right. Like people want to be to connect with somebody real. Right. You know what I mean? I don't want nobody living in the suburbs telling me, oh, I'm trapping on the, you know what I mean? I grew up, you know what I mean? Like, no, you didn't.
None of that shit happened.
Yeah, none of that. They was walking the dogs at 5 a.m.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
running in the park, taking the job.
Right. You didn't hear gunshots like that.
Yeah,
you heard fire or sirens or something like that. You know, some old lady didn't pass. You know what I mean?
Now, I'd also like to want to get into that before we close out. Is you're into that? That joint was nice too, fire. And that beat is crazy.
That joint fire.
Yeah, into that. I liked that. I was like, okay, I liked that too.
That right there, into that was dope. Mm-hmm. That's from a series like Born King. That's off the EP Born King.
Okay.
Born King 1 had that same. Yeah, it had that same type of vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that right there was more tight. I just wanted to be lit on that mixtape. And into that is facts. Like for real. Like people out here having sex. They having sex with these people raw.
Yeah.
I'm not into that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Y'all making friends with the police.
Right.
I'm not into that.
Right.
We don't do that over here. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
So people who see this stuff going on and is viewing this stuff and thinking like, bro, that's crazy. You ever look at somebody like, that's crazy they be doing that.
Right.
That's the song for you. We ain't into that.
We ain't into
no matter what it is.
But that's why I said,
you know what I mean?
It took me on a lot of things. It took me to my mind in a lot of things. You know, I'm not into that. That's why I liked it right off the rip.
I'm a natural female.
I'm not into
you might
that.
say I'm a natural female.
I'm not into that.
Right.
So
you know what I mean?
So I relate to it off
whatever
the rip.
you're not into, that song could be. You could be the throw that joint.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it definitely vibe out. You know, so that's what I say. That's right there a song that a lot of people can get with. You know, everybody, woman like,
that's what I'm talking about. The versatility.
The slogan. You know what I mean?
Like, I know that.
Yeah. Everybody did. If you listen to the song and you don't like it, what you gonna say?
Right.
I ain't into that. Yeah. At the end of the day, you still pushing. You still pushing what I put out there. You may listen to it and be like, yo, King Juno, I ain't into that. Yeah. That's the whole point of my song. All right.
Everybody gonna say it.
Everybody gonna say that.
Absolutely.
And everybody not into everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was just something. And it was so fun. That was a fun song to make. Came out of nowhere.
I like it.
A lot of people wish, like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, it should have been longer. Well, a lot of people understand if you tap into Born King 1, which is only available, I think, on Apple. Mm-hmm. It's just called Born King. Mm-hmm. But if you tap into that, they all are one verse songs, unless they had a feature. But I never really reached out.
Okay. You said only on Apple?
Yeah, for Born King 1. But like Born King 2 is the only time I actually really reached out for a feature. And I still, if you listen to it, in-house.
Right.
I stayed in the house. I got 2 features on that joint, and I stayed right in the house. Okay. But like, they all one verse. I just like that. I want to get in it with Born King. I just want to get in and out. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be sitting here and trying to make you a whole full song. I want to get in and out. And people, that's the main thing people will say about into that. Like, yo, you should have did a second verse. Like, all right, well, do a remix then. And nobody never really be down to do it. Like, well, why you playing it?
Right.
You know what I mean? But that was like one of my favorite of all lately. Like recently, that was probably one of my most favorite projects. Yeah. And I got a lot of dope stuff, new stuff coming out. Yeah. But that right there was probably like something good, something fun I ended the year with. What's that project? All right.
Now we're about to close out. So, do hit everybody with it? You want to spit a couple bars before we close out, or?
I don't really rap.
It's okay. You don't have to. I always ask every artist up here.
Yeah, like I'm not really. I'm gonna keep it real. Like I could be up here, I could spit like crazy. Like I tell people, like I'd rather take my last couple times till people tune in. Just Google me. Yeah. Just Google me. I'm an artist. I need a paintbrush. I can't. You know what I mean? I need to write. You know what I mean? I need to write utensils. You know what I mean? And like I grew up off that freestyle. Okay. I don't want nobody stealing my bar. No problem. I got stuff to say, and I like all my music copyrighted. Yeah. Now it's correct, and it's the right way.
Right, the right way.
Yeah. So I want to.
Well, let's let them know about the clothing line you got out and all your social media information.
King Juno on everything, no matter what. Everywhere. Just Google King Juno. You're gonna find it, and that's JUNO. This is the new my label's new clothing line. It's called Loyalty is Key.
That joint
and
nice.
That speaks for itself. As you see, it was established last year. This right here is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of like what we got going on. We got some other stuff. I'm not gonna put my man on camera right now, but he got one of the other designs and stuff. But we got like 3 or 4 designs. This is one of them. If y'all need this, y'all want this, it's available on all sizes. Y'all just hit me up on DM, inbox, whatever. Like I said, it's King Juno on any social media, anywhere, or just Google me. You can send it anywhere. Comment on my YouTube and say I need a hoodie.
And what about the all colors or just
we got all kind of colors. We got all kind of. You just tell us what you want. We even do custom. So if you you want something different on it, like you may want the Loyalty is Key, but you might want your name on it. We do all that.
Okay.
So just contact me, or you can contact my label mate, A Murder Dash, and that's on. You can hit them up on the book too. That's OMERTA DOSH. You can contact them too. We're gonna be able to link you with the right people that's gonna get you one of these and get you right.
All right.
And get you right. And this right here, what I got on is actually limited edition, so you might not be able to get this until like we come out with the spring wear. But for the fall, for the winter wear and the fall wear, this actual design is out of stock right now. But we got other designs available right now.
Okay. All right. That's all you want to give me?
That's it. Follow me everywhere. follow me everywhere. Like, I'm not a rapper. I just tell stories over beats.
Gotcha.
They call it rapping.
Gotcha. Hey, well, at least you keep it real, keeping it honest.
They call it rapping.
You got anything you want to say? Okay, peace out. Oh, I'm sorry, Strong United Voices at gmail.com. Again, make sure y'all tap in. We'll be coming right back on live in about 10 minutes or 20 minutes to recap on the SUV Cypher City Volume 2. Peace out.
I'm trying to make a living.